So here you are on your third project with Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
You're still not signed to Roc-A-Fella.
At that point,
but you have your own solo deal.
Right. Yeah. Well, at that point, I was barely even communicating. Like, we had pretty much separated already. There was some internal things going on that I wasn't even really involved with what they were doing at that point. So I was pretty much gone by the time I did that last feature.
Okay, so by volume 2, you're pretty much not even really, really tight with that crew anymore.
No, not at all.
Was there any particular things that happened that made you move away?
Well, me and Damon clashed a lot. His style was just different than what I was used to, and certain things just made me uncomfortable. And we would bump heads often. And then, one day I just got the call, and it was, I think it was Wendy Goldstein. She had called me, and she said, I just got a call letting me know that you weren't a part of, that situation anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I've dealt with Dame before.
Yeah.
I don't deal with Dame anymore.
Yeah.
He's a difficult person to deal with. Very, very abrasive. Kind of like constantly insulting, and you kind of sit back and if you don't have to deal with Dame, most people just don't.
Right. Well, I mean, I can totally understand what you're saying, but what I will say now that I wasn't able to pick up on then, that you always knew where you stood with him, though. You know what I'm saying? And as men, that's all we really want to know, is where we stand with each other. So we don't have to pretend to be, if you like me, cool, we know how to move. If you don't like me, cool, we know how to move. So, you pretty much know where you stand with them, and, that's all you pretty much really want when you're dealing with people.
Okay. I mean, I never looked at it that way, but yeah, you're right. If Dame doesn't like you, you know right away. He'll tell you he doesn't like you to your face.
Right. And you got to respect
That's the end of that.
You got to respect it. You have to respect it.
So there was a situation that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because right around, I guess, the early, the early days of Roc-A-Fella, Fat Joe and Terror Squad started to build up.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys actually sampled Fat Joe's voice on one of the choruses, right?
Yeah, I think it might have been "Bring It On," if I'm not mistaken.
Bring It On, yeah. You guys used Fat Joe as for the hook.
Yeah.
DJ Premier, Premier,
Mm-hmm.
on Bring It On, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there was a little bit of tension between Roc-A-Fella and Terror Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Did it start with the Rucker game, or no, or was it before that?
I don't really know exactly, when this started or why it even started. I know that, we didn't have a problem with them. I think it was more them having a problem with Roc-A-Fella. For whatever reason, I don't even know the reason. There was a situation with me and Pun, and I had put out a record called Middle Finger You, the title track, and for some strange reason, he thought I was talking about him. And but I didn't know you. I didn't know him, so I don't have a reason to talk about you, so.
Well, what was the line that you said that he felt was about him?
I'm the fattest, nicest nigga you know. I think he I think he had a problem with that.
I think Whoo Kid had told the story before, where I guess Whoo Kid put the Sauce Money record on one of his mixtapes.
Then they put him in a van.
Yeah, Big Pun basically kidnapped him.
Yeah, it was more known to do that. Known to do that.
Okay.
I wasn't there for that one, but I believe that.
Okay, so you weren't involved in any of that?
Nah, I wasn't involved in none of that. I wasn't involved for that one.
So Whoo Kid, who was a hot mixtape DJ at the time, puts this song on his mixtape. Big Pun's people go and book Whoo Kid for a show, and then when he shows up, they grab him and pull him into a van.
Yeah, basically kidnap him.
And Big Pun is in the van with a gun, basically threatening to kill DJ Whoo Kid over putting that record out.
For playing that record, yeah, I heard the story. Yep.
Whoo Kid manages to, eventually they let him go unharmed.
Right.
Did you hear about the situation after it happened?
I think I saw him mentioning it on the radio station one day or something like that. I didn't know, back then when it happened. No, I didn't know. But I heard about it years later.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But then at one point, you and Big Pun actually get on the phone.
Right. Clark Kent had called me, and he put me on the phone with him, and, we discussed it. I let him know, like, I don't really know you to dish you on the record. And that was that. Yeah.
Okay, so he just accepted it and kept it moving.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there? You know what I mean? Like, you basically kidnapped the dude for nothing. Like, cause I'm not. If I was talking about Big Pun, I would have said Big Pun. Like, I don't have a problem if there's an issue addressing it head on. But I think Pun is one of the greatest lyricists ever. And I never met the man, so, like, why would I have a problem with you and I never met you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it goes down in hip-hop as an interesting story, regardless.
Folklore.